Yo, yo, yo. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let's get into it. What's he doing up there? Hello? Hello, hello. What is up, everybody? Am I gonna go get a haircut tomorrow? I think so. What's the word? First off, let me start. Yesterday we opened a bunch of MetaZoo Secret Shadows. If you guys didn't see any of that, we started the stream with it yesterday. And I said I was gonna open some stuff and have some singles for you guys. So I've got a bunch of hidden rares here and a few legend rares that are up for sale. I posted them in the buy sell trade on the Discord, and I also have all of the super rares pretty much. Those are the double rares, right? 2 stars. Got a whole bunch of those. Would rather sell them to you guys if you're interested than put them on eBay to start. So go check the buy sell trade channel. You can see what I have up there. Send me a DM if you're interested in anything, or email me, blah blah. If there's any specific card that you're looking for, feel free to ask. And that's that. I think that's all I wanted to start with was that. I am gonna talk a little bit here. I've got some, as per usual, something on my mind. We'll talk for a little bit about that kind of stuff. And then I will answer any of the questions that you guys have. So first off, let me go up and look. Doesn't look like anyone had anything from the beginning, but good to see a whole bunch of you guys hanging out. I appreciate it. Gonna be live here for about an hour is the plan. I wrote it down. I don't have the card anymore, but I did write it down. The main thing that I wanted to start with the conversation today, a few things that I had on my mind at the end of stream last night. We talked about it a little bit at the end of stream last night, and then even some conversations that I had throughout the day today with a few other business owners, YouTubers, eBay, resellers, graders, vendors, that kind of a thing. Just had some conversations about the difference between building an audience and building a customer base, right? And kind of where my mindset has been at with that. Have I been leaning too hard into one thing? Have I been focusing too much on building out a customer base, and by virtue of that, building out a viewership, right? Versus having just a viewership, right? If I was only a YouTuber, if I didn't have anything that I was selling, and part of why I brought this up was PokeNE, Brian, PokeNE just made a video starting a Pokemon business in the year 2026, and the whole focus was content. Like, do you have to only have content? What else should you be doing? And basically he was saying, like, if you're one of these YouTubers, or if you are someone who you have a big Instagram following, or you stream, you're on an app, whatever it is, you have a following, but you're not using that, that's not some business, that's just you have a following, you have viewership, it's very easy to then say, I'm going to transition that into a customer base. So if you are, I mean, you could look at any of the big Pokemon YouTubers as really good examples. I think last night Sneeze brought up like Jake Paul or Logan Paul as an example. They have viewers for a long time because they were running YouTube, and now they have the ability to say, hey, you've been supporting me by watching me all this time. Now we've got Prime, and you could buy our Gatorade essentially at the gas station. We got Prime Energy. You can buy our energy drink. You can pay to watch my pay-per-views. And it's not the concept isn't necessarily like monetize your viewers or monetize your supporters, right? That's already like baked in. You're doing that. They're watching your stuff. You are most likely generating ad revenue off of that, you would assume. You're doing sponsorship deals that are related to how big your audience is, how many views you have, that kind of a thing. But if you are starting with a big viewership, transitioning to creating a customer base is it's a lot easier than starting from scratch, right? If you have 100,000 YouTube subscribers and you hit go live for the very first time, you've never done a live video, you hit go live, you tell people that you're going to go live, what do you end up with? Maybe a couple hundred viewers, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000. Just the difference between YouTube and something like Twitch, but those could all be people that would want to buy from you on a given night. And you can look at some of the guys who do rip and ship or pack openings where they're doing the lots or they're doing pre-sales only, and they have these big viewerships that they then turn into a small pool of people that are able to buy from them every time that they go live. And so as a Pokemon business, as Zorner Cards, not just me being Mike, but as the business, where has my focus been? And I would argue for the most part, it's been, I don't want to use the word community because I think that sometimes that's a little too like a community, it can be a negative connotation sometimes because it's like you're doing things for the community, but like really the community is you guys, and then like I just get to exist as part of that, but it's not like I'm here for the community. I'm here for you guys. Like you guys are here for me. I'm here because you guys are here for me. So it's hard to define it as that. You guys, everyone that's in the Discord or in the chat, talking to each other, creating friendships that exist outside of whether I stream or not, that's you guys creating your own community. To me, it's like by live streaming, by selling as the main reason that I'm creating content, which is the live streams mainly, I am creating a customer base. And that's something that I've been thinking about a lot. Ever since we hit the 1,000 sub mark, we're actually all the way up at 1,200 subs. So we've gone up 20% in total subs since the 1K stream, which was only like 3 weeks ago, which is pretty crazy. That's the YouTube algorithm doing its thing now that I'm monetized. But my thought process with this is, how do I balance those two? I always say that if you're in the streams and you're viewing, or if you're watching my videos, you're leaving a comment, you're chatting with other people, all that stuff is just as supportive to me, right? The support from all that stuff is fantastic. There's no, I'm not mad if somebody hangs out in the stream and doesn't buy all night. I'm not mad if somebody only buys and they don't talk. Everyone has some version of support that they are able to give, and I'm thankful for all of it. But am I only creating a community that's based around people that watch the streams and that's it, or they watch the streams and then they buy in the streams and that's it? What does the viewership angle look like? What does it look like from a creating more than just customers mindset? And I think a lot of this is driven by kind of what we talked about yesterday at the end of stream, even throughout the stream. I have people that I wish could be around more that specifically aren't, because what I do is live selling, right? So if you're watching my streams, everyone is buying stuff. I'm opening stuff that you have to buy, and a lot of that is hard for some people to watch and be a part of, right? They're gonna go, oh, I need to buy in, I want to buy in, if I'm watching, I gotta buy, everyone's ripping, I want to rip too, and they don't have that ability to just step away from that without stepping away from everything, and that I think is a little bit unfortunate for the situation that I'm in, because I don't want to be only providing that. I don't only want to be operating as, hey, I'm Zorner Cards and I only live stream and you guys buy from me and that's it. a lot of that is tied to what I've said in the past, which is I would love to be able to transition away from only selling while I'm live, having the ability to successfully sell while offline, whether that's sealed product, whether that's singles, graded cards. That's something that I have to incorporate, because there's only so many ways that you can scale. I can't infinitely scale my time that I'm live. I can't infinitely scale the number of packs that I rip while I'm live. And I can't infinitely scale a community that is based upon, for the most part it seems, people that are able to buy in and get their packs opened in the time that they would like that to happen, right? I know there's people who don't buy in because they can only watch for an hour, and the queue is over an hour long by the time that they get to tune in. And that's just the way that it is, right? So how do I find ways of still building out what I would say and define as a viewership as opposed to a customer base? I think I'm very successful, not very successful. I think I've been successful enough with intentionality of building out a customer base, but that's not, I don't know how to say that part exactly. We've had success, right? I've had success building out a customer base to the extent that I felt comfortable doing this full time. I have not, however, built out a viewership that I think is indicative of the long-term success of Zorner cards as more than just a rip and ship, right? How do I get to the point where I'm making content, like actually making content related to Pokemon that is not just clips from the rip and ship or a few thoughts here and there when I have time to record, or when I make time to record is what I should say. That's something that's really been on my mind recently is, am I going to continue at this growth rate by just bringing viewers in who see me as a rip and shipper from the start and turning that into a viewer? A lot of you guys tuned in, you're like, oh, this guy's a rip and shipper. Obviously, it's not as easy to label what I'm doing here as just that, except for the fact that it is 90% of what my YouTube channel is just rip and ship. You know, sometimes I'm doing some box opening stuff, or sometimes I'm doing some giveaways. Sometimes I'm talking about market conditions or upcoming sets, right? But for the most part, if you look by pure minutes on YouTube, it's like 90% rip and ship, because I stream 30 to 40 hours a week, so that makes sense, right? And so building out that viewership, which I think is a little more sustainable in the long run, to say viewers to customers as opposed to customers to viewers, if all of that makes sense. So that's just something that's been on my mind. As you guys can tell, I talked about it in the member video that I posted earlier this week, where I was specifically talking about what do I do when I'm not able to stream 40 hours a week because I have a newborn that I'm taking care of, or I'm taking care of my family. You know, Mrs. Zorner, you know, right after childbirth, and we have a newborn. And I'm not able to stream. Last night we DGen streamed, dude. I streamed for 4 hours last night ripping packs, and then we were up for another 4 hours, and I ripped packs for like maybe another 45 minutes total. And we just hung out, and like I can't do that in the future. So what am I able to provide that I can do where I'm not having to be live for 45 minutes straight, or 45 minutes for 4 to 5 hours straight, almost 9 hours straight, like last night. So that's what I have in my mind. That's kind of where I am curious. Audience or customers is the name. Which one would you rather have? Which one would you guys rather be defined as, right? If you guys told someone about the streams, are you saying, oh yeah, I watch this guy all the time? Or are you saying, oh yeah, I buy from this guy all the time? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you talk about the channel in that way? That's something that is on my mind. Am I creating a viewership, or am I creating a customer base? Because customer bases, they're just a little bit different than viewership in my head, right? You guys might be buying from me because you think I have the best prices or I'm the most reliable, but You can find somebody else who's more reliable. You can find somebody else who has better prices than me. I'm sure. Maybe not both categories, but one of them, whichever one might be the most important to you, that's a possibility. But if you're watching me, because you're watching me, I don't think there's very many Zorners out there. I think everybody is a little hodgepodge of all the other people that they're influenced by, and you just might like my individual flavor of ice cream more than anybody else. And even if that could be fickle, because you can get tired of me. I know I've watched content creators. I get tired of, yeah, I've heard him say that 100 times. Yeah, this guy's live for 40 hours a week. He says the same thing over and over again. I hate the way that he says nice little EX there. He says that every single time he pulls an EX. So I get it, but it's just something that's been on my mind. I am not here to create customers. That's not what my goal is, but I've been successful at doing that, I would say, if that makes sense. So I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to read through some of the stuff you guys have said, and we'll get caught up. As always, if you have any questions in the chat, make sure you put a question mark or maybe even an emoji so that I notice it specifically. And if I don't answer your question by the time I catch up with chat, feel free to ask it again. I'm going to bring up some stuff on screen here as I'm talking about it because I am doing a Q&A. Really appreciate everybody hanging out. We got a lot of names in the chat. I'm not going to take attendance, but I really do appreciate it. Content first, sales seconds, giveaways third. See, like, this is my thing, is like, when I first started, I wanted to make content that would then lead people to find my store. This is before I was live streaming. So I would make content, but I kind of have gone away from that because so much of my time goes into running the business that I'm not making the shorts of me just talking for a minute. I'm not making the little, like, reaction to the latest whatever people are talking about videos. I'm not doing the, hey, PokeBeach just did, here's all the secret rares, look at all the cards that are going to be in the upcoming set. That is not really existing for me. And it's something I talk about McWizard with all the time because I think he wants to edit things that aren't just me going bang over and over again. And I just have a hard time being intentional and sitting down and creating that content. Like, live content is very easy for me. This is very easy. I just talked for 20 minutes straight and all I knew I wanted to talk about was 3 words: customers and audience. So, like, the recording of the content after the fact, or the pre-making, or writing a script, or coming up with a concept of a thing, that stuff's super engaging for me. I'm very much a live person where I did improv. I didn't do sketch writing, right? Like, I didn't like doing plays that much. I like doing improv comedy. I did it for a long time, and, like, for me, that's the baseline of it all. I am way more focused on continuing to being able to represent myself in front of you guys in real time than I am about finding success in editing and creating videos. That's why I do the member-only videos the way that I do them. Those could be public videos. I just don't think they would do well enough, and I think that sometimes the message would get lost on some people, and I would have bad reactions to it, but maybe I should just be making those videos live videos anyway. They're just mainly audio things, so I don't, like, if you watch the video from today, I just used that Sapphire, or the Ruby gameplay, because I didn't have a video to go along with it. Which, shout out to Josh, by the way, for winning that. So, content first, like, I have a lot of ideas. I have a whole idea list that I keep at all times with all of the videos that I want to make. And I'm not just talking, like, what's my 5 favorite Pokemon from the Scarlet and Violet era? Like, I'm talking, like not crazy stuff, but, like, stuff that I don't do, right? Like very much off the beaten path. Fake Joe Rogan interviews where he's interviewing me and I'm a Pokemon conspiracy theorist. Like, I'm talking about, like, sketch style stuff that I could still do quick and improv and stuff like that, but, like, that's not what I built the channel on. That's not what I built the brand on to this point, and the brand has kind of become the Rip and Shipper thing, and I think that to a certain extent, I'm very much enjoying still doing that. Every time that I go live, I get excited to rip the packs. You know, I said this last night, or maybe Monday night, but, like, 4 hours in, 5 hours in, I kind of need to catch a second wind, because that's a long time to be doing one thing, let alone you know, sometimes I get carried by the hits. I've had streams where the cards are really good, and you have streams where the cards are really bad. And that's just the way that it goes, but like, how do I make that entertaining the whole way through? And that's another thing that I talk about. Like, I could make the content better while I'm live streaming. Little things, like, I'll give you guys a little sample right now. I'm not gonna play the whole thing because I want to save it for when the time is, but I want to play a little sample of something that a lot of you guys are gonna go, yeah, we remember when this used to be a thing. But like, I want to do this kind of stuff. Get the candles out. We're praying for whoever we're pulling packs for right now. We used to have the seances. And we're going to be able to do that again. Like, that's something that I really want to focus on, is like the fun, interactive stuff during the stream that's different than just like, you know, like the flute tune is back now, and like I'm so thankful for Central that he provides so much of that for me, but like that's not where it ends. Like, those things came about organically because it was like funny to do in the moment when I used to have like 6 viewers and I was like, we're gonna act dumb. Sometimes for a little bit I feel like I'm losing that content side of things because it's been so busy recently on the streams where it's like, the queue is long, I gotta get through the queue. I don't want to be acting all goofy this whole time and people are waiting in line for 3 hours and I'm having too much fun talking with chat, but I don't want to lose out on that either, and I think that you guys probably feel that same way. Like McAfee says here, content first, sales second. You know, that's critical. So card show days, yeah, day in the life, something along those lines. Yeah, I think card show, like buyer content, like buyer point of view is something that I could definitely do. That's kind of that's what I would say about like that kind of content. Day in the life, yeah, like absolutely. Like I think that there are times where like, and I've talked to you guys about it before, like I could just go live today while I'm sitting here, I'm unboxing stuff that came in from Japan. Like, I could just be live doing that, right? But I'm also live for 8 hours, 3 to 4 days a week, and I do need to disconnect in certain regards. So I'm like, I'm limiting that, because I also think that it's like the same times that we hit at those like moments in streams where it's like, you know, people are doing stuff. Everybody goes and makes dinner at one point, or everyone's got to put the kids to bed, or, you know, people are getting off work. You have like a lull here and there in the chat. And, you know, that I just don't need to have the camera on at all times for things that aren't like, if that makes sense, the brand, the business. Like that's the tough divide that I have there. But yes, other videos, it's all on the table. Like I am going to today or tomorrow morning be shooting this 5-figure collection buyout that I did. I'm gonna show you guys all the cards that I bought. I'm gonna talk about how I graded them. They're vintage cards. These are cards that are almost 30 years old. I pre-graded these cards and assessed their value not on whether I was gonna send them into grade, but whether or not I'd be able to sell them as near mint or LP, or if they're heavy play, so I can't sell them as anything other than heavy play. Like that's a video, and there's cool stuff in there too. And that's a video where some of the things you guys see in that video are gonna end up being for sale on the website. So like, of course, I should be showing that stuff off in a video while I'm also talking about how I'm doing a 5-figure collection buyout. So, you know, there's stuff like that. And this is like one of those things where it's like, I guarantee you, if McWizard's watching right now, he's like, yeah, dude, I've been telling this guy to get me other videos. And it's like, I wish that I had the wherewithal in the moment of being like, I've got so much going on, I gotta focus on all these things for the next stream, I gotta stream more, because now I've bought all this product, and like, I have to stream more, and like, I'm taking time off when the baby's coming, so I gotta be live, because I gotta be selling all the time, and it's like, if I just had the wherewithal sometimes at the start of my day to be like, just sit down and talk to the camera for an hour, and if you don't like it, that's fine, but send it to McWizard and let him edit something out of it if he wants to, and if he doesn't get anything out of it, at least you tried for an hour to make the video. Because that's the thing, right? Audience versus customers. That's like the critical component of this. McAfee, I appreciate you saying that. And I think Dusty was saying this last night, like, the reason that everyone, that it is so, like, tight-knit, like, where people in chat are, like last night we had Bandit hanging out, like, for almost the whole stream, and so many people were like, yo, Bandit, good to see you. And then we had, like, other people showing up where we like hadn't seen them, and it's like, yo, like you're here, and like everyone is like, dude, good to see you, and like supporting each other in hard times. Like, that's the way I want the chat to be. I was talking to Ponga about this today. If you guys don't know, I mention Catch 'em All Collectibles all the time. Dan is a great guy. Ponga streams for him on Fanatics, and Ponga's been in the Pokemon world forever, and he's like describing his live streams that he does on Fanatics and eBay Live, and he's like, I want it to be like I'm in a Discord call with people just hanging out and talking, and I just happen to be running auctions for everyone that's in the Discord call. Like, that's the way that I view this too. Like, I don't want this to be some like, hey, I'm Mike, and I'm doing my thing, and you guys just watch me do my thing. Like, that's not it. Like, I need you guys to like, this is that improv side of things. I need help from the audience. I need you guys to laugh. Like, I need you guys to ask questions. Raymond, like, apologized the other day. Sorry, I'm so random, bro. I bring up the most random things. I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Like, I need you to ask those things. Like, I need you to say something crazy. Like, that's why we do the polls now. It's like, let's focus chat on one thing and talk about that one thing for 10 minutes and move on to something else. Like, I think all of that, like, the strong community, yeah. I think what Dusty's saying here, like the balance of it all, like I completely agree, and like I'm trying to like find my way to that balance. Like we have some of these customer days where like we don't have like a first time customer, and I'll be like, dang, we didn't have a single first time customer today, and I'll think about like, why is that? Because sometimes it's randomness, but then I'll think about it and I'll be like, yo, McAfee's been here for like 3 weeks, bro, and this guy's acting like he's been here forever, like he just gets it. You know, Josie, and like Josie hasn't been here forever, but it feels like he's been here since day one. I could say that about a lot of you people. Do pack your order shorts. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how much I scroll past those videos. So like I don't want to make something. Does that make sense? I know people do that. They're like, "Oh, yo, make a video for my thing." I don't know if that's, but I have seen that. More changes brewing. I can't take this. Sorry, Joshua. The pen is so good, bro. I like that you guys keep calling it a pen. It's just a Sharpie. Maybe it's like a pop thing. But this is so nice, being able to click. And I'm not gonna lose this. I gotta get a string though. Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is what I started watching this streamer. And yeah, found a community because of it. Yeah, watching this streamer. I think that's what I would say. Like people like, we have our baby shower on Saturday, and I'm gonna talk to a lot of people on Saturday who I haven't talked to since I went full time, and they're gonna be like, so what are you doing? And I'm gonna be like, I stream 30 to 40 hours a week, and I'm live. Like I go live and I sell stuff, and that's what we do. Like I'm taking stuff, and you could call me a scalper in the modern era, but I'm a flipper. I'm a wholesaler. I also am doing graded plays, and I sell singles, and I sell packs, and I make content, and I am a Pokemon business that operates through YouTube. I don't know how I would define it either if someone were to ask me, do you watch or do you buy from? I know a lot of people are like, oh, I only buy from you, Zorner, and I'm like, well, first off, don't do that. Like, I don't have everything, and like, I'm sure you're able to find some deals other places. You should be, right? If you want Pokemon, check out Zorner cards. You end up saying, well, I appreciate that, Oreo. Zoinker. Come for the cards, stay for the community. Use that as a slogan. Build a house out of the cards. Minnie tells all his friends. Very nice, Oreo. It's not root beer. Josie, come on, bro. Yeah, that's okay. Slightly later starting time, reach on the late night, focus on good prime time hours. I was streaming for 8+ hours. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, maybe. So that's the tough thing about all of it is the reason I stream the hours that I normally stream are because, and this is like a really good point, Raymond, that I had not thought about it this way, but like I used to stream when I streamed because then I could be done with stream and I could go hang out with Mrs. Zorn before going to bed. But lately that's not even on the table. So maybe it is. Maybe it is I start later. Now, I'm saying that, and tomorrow I'm starting an hour earlier than normal, which maybe I shouldn't do. But I'm doing that because I'm not streaming on Saturday. So I just want to be, in and available tomorrow. But yeah, I get what I understand what you're saying there, Raymond. Bullets wants to know, you still collect, do master set builds and some other stuff like YouTubers do. This is one of the hardest things to like actively express. Everything, and I mean this, with the exception of like 1%, probably less than 1% of things that I buy using the company is to be resold at some point in the future. Now, this Team Rocket's briefcase up here, that will not be resold in the future. I opened it. It's, that's mine. I have things that people have given me. Those are not to be resold in the future. The Mega Mewtwo that I pulled on the 1K stream, that is not to be resold in the future. That is going to be, we'll do the same thing at 10,000. We'll do the same thing at 100,000. We'll do the same thing at 1 million subs on YouTube. I will have things from that event that I do not ever plan on reselling. But as far as a collection, there is no reason for me to be like, it's so weird to say, to be selfish with the business, to say, I could be sold out of Crown Zenith for another 2 weeks. I really want to spend money on this Gold Star Mewtwo in Japanese that I saw, or this Gengar Reverse Holo from Legendary Collection. I saw that. I really just want to keep that. So I don't need the $400 that I would spend on that to buy Crown Zenith packs when I've been sold out for a month. I should just keep this card for myself. Does that make sense? And that's the way it is for like everything. Like, I don't have Evolving Skies. I don't have Fusion Strike. I don't have Lost Origin. Every single one of those things that I don't have, I need to get. I want to have. I want to be able to open those on stream. I want to be able to provide those for you guys. And all I view right now is I am taking away from what I provide by having those things, if that makes sense. And that's like a weird way to describe being in a collectibles market as a business where I'm not actively collecting things, but I am collecting things. But I was not a big enough collector before this to then say, oh, all these things that are in my collection will just stay in my collection and I'll just start from scratch. If that makes sense. Bullets. I don't want to go too deep into that rabbit hole of what the deal is, but anyway. Part of the for a while now, haven't bought anything of yet. I enjoy ripping for others. Yeah, Kong, like, very appreciative of that. The dogs are going nuts. Give me a sec. FedEx, give me 1 minute, guys. The aristocrats joke. What a deep cut. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, Ed, the stream actually didn't even end last night. Yeah, I mean, that happened last night. I was literally about to end the stream. Josie bought a pack of 151. We pulled the Charizard SIR for him, and then the stream went on for another 4 hours somehow. I gotta catch up on chat. Yeah, Pat Flynn is very smart. I'm trying to speed run catching up. Yeah. It's not a burnout thing on my end, at least right now. I know that, like, it's a tough day between yesterday and today. It's a tough day for me to claim that it's not a burnout thing. Uh-oh. What did he say? I don't even see it on my end. What's up, Eddie G? Eddie G, if you're still here, ask that question. Again, maybe in a different way. Pokey D's, thank you, man. I'm glad to have you here, dude. But, like, and this is, like, the thing, right? Like, there's no wrong way to collect. I say that all the time. I have all these PC ETBs that sit over here. I don't even get to display them because I don't have enough room. So it's like, is it valuable to have them? Or should I sell the PC ETBs and use that to make more money, to then make more money to buy a bigger house so I can have a bigger office so I can display PC ETBs in the future because I can't display them right now. That's the way that I think about my collection. I'm on Raw. St. Brown is playing tonight. Excuse me. I'm trying to find a sticking point of what we can land on to talk about. I appreciate everything you guys are saying here. Yeah, yes. Okay, I am caught up. So if I missed a comment or a message that you guys had, feel free to throw it in chat. I am fully caught up now. But that's kind of, you know, that's kind of just where my mind has been at. I don't want to build out. No, shut up, Josie. Yeah, sorry if you guys live in the state of Virginia. You will be paying taxes on my website now. Yeah, soft toxing Josie for sure. But yeah, that's the baseline there. That's what I wanted to say about audience versus customer base. I think that I would not want, mentally, would not want to be aiming to build a customer base given the way that I interact with you guys, right? This is not me building out an email list of people who just go to my website and buy Japanese booster boxes and then go to the next whatever it is. Like I want the viewership. I want people to hang out. I want people to talk. Josie, you work at the DMV? So that's kind of my thought process there. And like, this is, I know this is my normal like streaming window anyway, but like the fact that I have 28 people just hanging out listening to me talk to myself really about all this stuff is like it's rewarding. It is encouraging. Bro, this card looks whose video is this? Thank you, Ashley. But I think that that's the thing for me that's like... Wait, yeah, hello, Silent? Josie, no, this is not why we do these things. You guys, you are here to ask me the questions that you want to ask me. Raymond said he had a whole bunch of questions that he wanted to ask me in a Q&A. Caden wants to ask me if I'm doing a Q&A. You guys have all these questions you want to ask me, and then you're saying all this sappy stuff. I'm very appreciative of it all. Okay, for real, Josie. For real. Nothing's wrong with it, Silent. That's not the... I don't want this to be like that. Like, I don't know. That's hard for me to explain, I think. That's not my... I don't turn these on. I don't turn the camera on and open up to you guys about, like, the internal thoughts of the business and my internal dialogue so that you guys can offer me reassurances and like... I know that's not what you guys are doing, but I'm trying to use this time to provide you guys with like the ability to ask me and have a conversation about things with me in a way that we don't get to have when I have to be focused on ripping packs or maintaining my focus inside of a normal stream. What is Jacob saying? I see another thing. Too many people like doing mystery packs. So you buy a pack for $10, you get 2 mystery cards in there. Mystery singles now. Yeah, I wish that I had more information for you guys. I've been teasing it a little bit. Yeah, mystery packs, the mystery slabs that I've been doing, I I don't know. I could do a whole Q&A talking about the mystery slabs. I don't think I want to go down that road there. Yeah, Oreo, thank you. As always, you get it. Klarna and Shopify. Yeah, I mean, you could do PayPal, pay it later. Guys, I'll be honest with you. If you're doing the financing stuff on Pokemon, you know, make sure you're on top of it as far as knowing what you're signing up for. And also, like, somebody's paying for that. So if it's not you guys, I guarantee you it's not the middleman. So who else is left that's paying for you being able to spread out your payments on Pokemon cards? How do you feel about expanding aside from just being a Rip and Ship or moving forward as subs increase or as your main focus just on Rip and Ship? I think you mentioned this before. Yeah, I unfortunately enjoy doing this too much. I think that it's almost like a hindrance because one of the things that I talked about with one of my business buddies who is outside of this, he's a CPA. One of the first things he said was, how long until you hire someone to stream for you? How long until you just become the person that sources everything and then you're paying someone to stream for you? I am not... I would maybe pay someone to also stream. But like, when I started this, I was like, oh, dude, sell 4 boxes a day. That's an extra $200 a week in profit. You know, do that for a year, selling 8 boxes a day, and then you're just selling boxes out of your house, and that's all you're doing. That is not the way that it works, dude. The margins are too cutthroat. Someone on eBay is always going to have a better price. Someone on TCG Player is always going to be trying to dump product. So, like, that's why it's me here. Like, that's not why... there's a reason I'm showing my face and being honest with you guys, because that is valuable. Not just to, like, the business, because it provides value of who I am and whether I'm trustworthy, but it's valuable to you guys because we get to have interactions as opposed to just, you know, nameless, faceless. I say that all the time. But again, cannot infinitely scale, cannot X, Y, and Z, cannot Z, Y, and A. I stream 30 hours a week. I promise you guys, I am working more than that off stream now at all times that I am awake. Since I went full time, I'm either doing a required real life family event scenario, baby shower coming up, spending time with a wife, doing things around the house that need to get done for when the baby gets here, or I am asleep, or I am doing more business stuff. And the thing that's tough is that what gets cut. If I were to say, okay, Mike, you're only allowed to work 60 hours a week, what gets cut? It would probably be the stream time, because everything else is dependent upon the stream time. So if I cut everything else, I don't have anything to stream with. I don't have product to stream with. And so I end up limiting myself in that regard. And then I'm just streaming, you know, and it's not the same. Because I'm out of a whole bunch of stuff. Because I didn't spend time sourcing it, or I didn't spend time organizing before the stream. But I said it yesterday, like, I was pretty physically exhausted yesterday, and it was irresponsible of me to stream for as long as I did that late into the night. Like, I'm feeling the effects of it today, and it's because I packed all day Tuesday and the first half of the day yesterday. Like, literally, that's all I did was pack orders, and that doesn't need to be that way. Like, I could be paying people to help me, or asking people to help me. I could be changing my approach. I can't do 10, 11 hours of packing every week all in one day the way that I have been doing it, because it limits me in every other aspect. And so there's a balance that I have to find. But like, what does a year from now look like? Am I still streaming 40 hours a week, but I'm not packing anything? Maybe. Or am I streaming only 25 hours a week, and I only have to pack so much, and I find comfortability in that? Maybe. But I'm still in this mode where it's like, I need to grow, I need to grow, I need to grow. I need to have more packs on hand so that I don't have to source more packs in the future. Like I said yesterday, I'll never have to buy another Surging Sparks pack. Or not Surging. I'll never have to buy another Journey Together pack ever again. If I didn't want to, if I didn't do a bounty, or if I didn't do some deal, or if I didn't put them in a juice box, if it was just all I had was Surging or Journey Together and it's listed for market price, I don't think I would ever have to buy another Journey Together pack for the rest of my life. Now, maybe that's not the best business decision, but in my head, I bought them all for maybe as cheap as they're ever going to be. So all I'm going to do is hold on to them, and I'll make my profit for as long as it takes. 10 years from now, Journey Together might be $30 a pack, and it still might be the packs that I got in the last 2 months, 3 months here. So I'm way off the beaten path as far as what your question is, Josie, but I don't know what it looks like a year from now. I don't know what it looks like 2 months from now, bro. That baby gets here, I might not have the energy to stream for 20 hours a week, but I'm going to have to do something because this is the job now. And so if I had 100,000 subscribers and I had 50,000 views on every video, and I could make a base salary that paid for the mortgage and paid for food for the house and the car payments and all that stuff just by making YouTube videos, because I had so many subscribers and it got me marketing deals, ad sponsorships, partnership deals with companies and that kind of a thing, maybe I wouldn't have to stream as much as I do. But I look at some of these guys who don't have to stream as much as they do, and then they get to just enjoy streaming the way that they want, and I like that idea. Like, I am jealous of the fact, and it's not like I'm saying he doesn't deserve it and I do, because that's not the truth. It's quite the opposite. But, like, what CTR gets to do, I'm going to preset 270 lots. I'm going to sell those 270 lots. I'm opening those 270 lots. Maybe we get to open a few fun things halfway through. Maybe we get to open some more fun stuff at the end of the stream. And I get to hang out for as long as it takes us to get through those lots. That is awesome. He's got the workshop. Everyone's hanging out if they want to, or it's just him, and he's got viewers, and it, like, that's chill. 18 hours a week, 25 hours a week. Do the live streams because they're fun to do. Ripping packs is fun. You know? So that's where I'm at. But what does it look like a year from now or 2 years from now? Or, everyone asks, you to open a store? It's like, I don't want to. Not right now. But what does it look like? How do I become a facilitator? Like, that's the thing for me is like, I gotta get caught up with chat again. But like, the way that I view it right now is like I'm playing like I'm LeBron James. I'm doing 46 minutes every night. I'm playing every minute of every game, and it's me on camera the whole time. But like, maybe I'm doing that to some extent, but maybe I'm not taking every shot. Maybe I'm playing Steve Nash, or Chris Paul. I'm the facilitator. I'm around, but I'm not like the guy. And I don't know what that means. Maybe Caden is so good at live streaming that I should just hire Caden and he can be the full-time streamer and I can be the grandpa that does one stream a week, and everyone's like, this guy, he's so old, bro. So I don't know. Shopify, I am probably going to be making the switch to Shopify at some point. There will be card shows. I don't know if you guys saw, there's a Collecticon in Phoenix in May. There's Card Party in San Diego in May. Yeah, Shopify. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Josh, so Fanatics is all digital, but it operates the same way, right? So everything goes to your Fanatics vault. So if you guys have seen power packs, you buy a power pack on GameStop, and then if you want the card, it goes to your PSA vault, and then you can send it to yourself from the PSA vault, but you can sell it back to GameStop or to PSA, whatever. For Fanatics, they operate the exact same way. The one that I keep teasing is not Fanatics and it's not GameStop, but it operates the same way that power packs do, and they do use the PSA vault for handling your cards. But it's not sourced by GameStop and it's not sourced by PSA. It's independent. Will work for fun. Okay, Josie. Caden's trolling. No, I've been thinking that I might have to vend once or twice in the year. You know, vending for 6 hours on a Saturday to sell a bunch of stuff that I don't need is possible. Renato, yeah, they keep coming, bro. They keep coming, Renato. They're never gonna stop. Pokemon's always been doing this. And especially now, like Renato, you like 3 different languages, bro. You're always gonna have something new. So don't burn yourself out. I preach this all the time. Do not burn yourself out by always chasing the newest. Find what you like, collect what you like. I would say this, specifically, if you only like the Charizard out of Phantasmal Flames, and you're not obsessed with ripping packs in order to get the card that you want, especially if you've been buying from me, you probably should have bought the card, as sad as that is to say. Instead of buying my packs, dude. I got advised today to stop talking about how no one's pulled a Charizard from my stream, that I've opened 1,600 packs and haven't gotten a Charizard. I was advised to not say that. If that makes you not want to buy from me, you probably weren't going to buy from me anyway. If my pure, blatant honesty is viewed as like discouraging you to buy from me, I get it. An MMA stream. But that's why we need Zorner's, what do we call it? It's Zorner's Corner. It's a store on the corner, Zorner's Corner. CTR's Workshop is just such a good name. What, you know? We need the warehouse. Zorner Warehouse. It's happened before, Renato. They usually delay them a week. So if you look at Phantasmal Flames, it came out, and then 2 weeks later, we had Mega Dream come out. And they do that on purpose. Japanese sets almost always come out 1 to 3 weeks after English sets because they want to maintain the hype. Because the Japanese cards become the English cards in the future. And so, because of that, that's intentional by Pokemon. But they have released sets that have overlapped pretty quickly. Wait, what is this? You'd realize that Josie stuff that he does every day could be a really good video. He said, hell no. I said, I've had too many people ask to do podcast collaborations that now the only person I can do a podcast with is my dog. Because that way nobody gets upset. I don't think that I should be doing a podcast. I don't even think I should be doing what I'm doing right now, answering Q&A stuff. Mega Zorora is in the house. What's up? Bro, Josie, you think you're so much younger than you are. I want to race iShow's speed. I work a lot more than I realize, Silent. But I also am not burnt out. I enjoy it very much. But I'm also working really hard right now, too, because I know when the baby comes, I'm going to have to not work for 2 weeks. So I'm trying to do everything that I can to actually be able to take those 2 weeks off. And just to be clear, like, when I had my normal job, this is also part of what went into me leaving my 9 to 5, was if I stayed at my 9 to 5, I would have been taking unpaid leave. I had no paternity leave, and I had no vacation left. We just took our honeymoon. I would have had like 3 days of vacation. Yeah, there you go. He's not running. Oh, what you look like. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a job. It is, but like, again, like, it's the reason I started streaming the way I started stream yesterday, dude. I'm so grateful to be here to do this the way that I'm doing this. Like, can we stop? What are we deleting messages for? I'm definitely not growing too fast. Jacob, I appreciate that. I gotta look at what I'm allowed to do. I might have to be on Wix for another year. Is that Joey? That's you. No, but probably. No, it's someone outside the community. Did you just order? Josie, bro, we just had a conversation about this. Where I live in Phoenix is like it's old neighborhood, so we have like alleyway big garbage. They're not like dumpsters, but they're giant collection bins. But you actually can't recycle a lot of the Pokemon stuff, unfortunately. A lot of the cardboard and plastic is non-recyclable, which is not ideal. Is Joshua still here? It's in here, Joshua, but I have to film myself opening it, and I can't do that live because it's got like all the information on the shipping and all that stuff. But I have to have that on there for when I open it for my eBay protection. But I have officially received one of the first big items that I'm gonna have for my birthday stream, I think. I am... Where did this go? One more time, I'm gonna say, go check out the Buy Sell Trade channel if you guys are interested in any of the MetaZoo stuff. Zorner Vault to buy hits and sell them on your store. I do kind of operate like this to a certain extent. I don't know how I would handle... There's just certain things that I'm not sure how I would handle, if that makes sense. The first thing I would say, Renato, is I am not cash liquid enough as a business to be able to buy, you know, anything and everything the same way that a card store does, where they have like constant foot traffic and they could just like, you know, that kind of a thing. But there is an extent of like how do I say this? to some level that exists. But I can't get there yet. But in the future, I do like the digital that card vendor kind of aspect of it. Consignment, yeah. This is a thing. This does kind of exist. It's something that I've wanted to do more of. But it's the scale of it that I'm not sure. That one is hard. That one is hard to scale up. I was having a conversation about this with Josie last night. Like, right now, I do not want to send your guys cards to, we're gonna be busy at the start of stream tomorrow, folks. I'm not comfortable with sending stuff to PSA for people. Because the turnaround time at PSA is longer than most of you have been here. Is this FedEx again? All right. Oh. It's Mrs. Zorner and FedEx at the same time. So, yeah. I feel like we talked about a lot. 9 pack. He did only order 9 things. This is true. No, it's not even that. It's not even that. If you guys have cards that you want to grade faster than PSA and you don't care about getting them back, you just want to sell them, like you want to grade them and you want to make money, but you just want to sell them, I would say reach out to me in a DM. If you got to have a lot of cards. Very vaguely, that's what I will say. But you will never get them back. But you will get money for them. But you will never get the cards back. But yeah, I wish there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things like in this regard that I was talking to Mick Wizard about this earlier. He asked me this yesterday, I think. I wish that I had put more effort or thought more about it sooner, and I can lean into it now, but like partnerships with not a company like Graded Guard maybe, but like coupon codes that you guys can use at different places, or like you can use my code and get a discount at this store, like if you want this kind of a thing, then you know what I mean, like it's got to be more than 50 cards, Joshua. But so, okay, and so this is the other thing too, is like, as we're talking about all this, like the selling more sealed, I'm already telling you guys that I don't have that much space, and I'm just holding the things. Like you can never really see this well enough, but like there are literally boxes every inch behind me in this office right now. So it's very tricky to it's very tricky. They're going, dude. Hold on. It's a FedEx thing that we got to sign for. This might be the other thing. Joshua. Asking above Raw on cards because they think it'll be graded at 10. Do you think it'll be graded at 10? I'd pay full price on a card that I thought was going to be a 10. What? All right. I'm gonna wrap. We're gonna wrap there. I'll let you guys watch Thursday Night Football, Lions Cowboys. Big playoff implications. Should be fun. A lot of you guys are gonna go sports ball. That's fine. Sneeze says he just got here. That's okay, Sneeze. You know where to get at me. I gotta send you a message tonight, Sneeze, or first thing tomorrow morning. I'll send you a message. And then, wow. There is a Twitter thread. There is a Twitter thread that somebody has posted their PSA 9s that they sold are now 10s with the same cert number. No, I don't believe that. Wait, is this the same cert? 908? This is like, I just saw this get posted in a Discord that I'm in. These are different ones. Those are different cert numbers. I am seeing people talk about this. I don't know. No, Twitter is a terrible place. We should call it here. What's up, Jacob? Oh, I didn't see your message, Jacob. Streamlabs got it circled up. Yes, I'm on the same page as you there, Jacob. I don't know why stream disconnected. Yeah, stream disconnected. That's a sign. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was there. No. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's a sign. We'll call it there. I don't have anything useful to say about what I'm reading on Twitter right now because I don't think it's verifiable by any means. Okay, let's call it there. I'm gonna take off. We're live tomorrow. We're live tomorrow. Word to rip. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the questions tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me here. Yeah. Let's call it there. I'm gonna say starting soon, but I'm not. We'll see you guys later tomorrow.